Hi, I'm on Integrated Space Weather Analysis, composite of the sun, and looks interesting down here in this corner now. Got these loops and have a circular object, I would say. Plasma's coming up and stopping there. It's not looping back to anywhere. It's not shooting out into space to here. So there's something stopping it there. Now, I used to listen to Suspicious Observer, and he's pretty smart, but I don't think he can leave his books, because he said this is a coronal prominence, so all this is going out here and making this circle. How does it go out here and make a circle? I'm sure they have some huge mathematical formulas that are BS to explain it, but this is an object near the sun, so I don't listen to him anymore. He's all about sunspots and the solar minimum and proving all that old theories that don't hold up anymore. You got to look at new theories when you see new evidence, make new observations, and that's an observation to me. So I zoomed in on 211 angstroms. Really can't see that tremendous amount of stuff, but this is that same spot near the sun. So right about here, it's looking pretty convincing to me. Look at all that. They go out to an edge. They go out to an edge, and then it gets absorbed by the object, and that's why it stops. That's why it's not going like this or shooting further out, because there's an object there. Anyway, so everybody's due their opinion, but I'm not going to listen to it anymore. A big wave came by there. The solar winds are not high, but see that boom, that wave that hit. But these new models make it seem like there's a lot more energy hitting the Earth on both sides. So I don't know what their intention was in changing the colors and stuff, except to confuse us. That must have been the that solid shock wave that hit when that collapsed like that. They are pretty close in time. Hard to get them perfect. Yeah, you can see. Boom. Boom. So this one's a little behind. Here's this hurricane down here by Baja. It's moving a little north. You can click here for a day. Go ahead a day. Go ahead a day. So these are just forecasts, but it looks like it just deteriorates and goes away. So it doesn't look like anybody's gonna get harmed down there. Here's sulfur dioxide in Hawaii. It's pretty high. Well, yeah, if you were in it, you'd die. But the caldera is collapsing, and that means something else is going to happen because the caldera is collapsing. So there's lots of activity there, lots of miniature earthquakes, some larger earthquakes. So this is just an indicator of the whole ocean here. I mean, there's no island here, and it's bubbling. No island here. And I don't think these islands are big enough to have 9,000 cars on them or whatever. Maybe, but it's probably from the interior of the Earth. Here's a spot. Here's a spot. Let's see, north of New Zealand is a spot. That's been going for weeks. No island in the middle of nowhere. No island in the middle of nowhere. So the whole ocean is bubbling, which will increase the temperature of the ocean, which means the water expands and the oceans will rise faster than expected. And all these nuclear power plants on the coasts are eventually all going to get wiped out, and it'll take us all out. Well, maybe I'll be dead by then, but I wouldn't give humans 40 years. I mean, the nuclear industry is going to kill everybody. That's the terrorist group in the world, but as long as they're making money. So here's the methane on Copernicus. So this is at surface level, and it is, I would like it to play. It seems like if you go away for too long, everything just shuts down. And you gotta reload it. So there's lots of activity up here. That's a big island, and there's nothing, I mean, this is all North Pole, there's nothing there except melting ice and melting permafrost, and this is the methane bubbling up from there. It doesn't look like it's much compared to worldwide stuff, but when this starts to melt, it will reduce the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, I feel. So that's why I got my oxygen detector. And then one of the things on Copernicus is you look at radiation. Well, I was like, oh, radiation, look at radiation. But it's all just UV and aerosols, and there's no gamma. I mean, they're not going to look at real radiation from the nuclear power plants because we can't see it, smell it, taste it, hear it, or feel it. So why worry about it? And then this is something I'm getting more and more of because the internet seems to be getting worse and worse. Just slowly, incrementally, things are getting slower. All right, let's see how the internet does in the future.